A good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Erev Shabbos, Parshas Vayeirah. Avraham Avinu has his bris milah. He is in tremendous pain, sitting by his tent, looking out to be able to mekayim the mitzvah of Hachnasa Sarchim. And it says that Vayisa Inov, the sun, the Kodesh Baruch Hu made the sun as hot as possible. Gebis, Avraham Avinu would sit and recover. Kodesh Baruch Hu himself came to be Mevaker Chayla Vayisa Inov. He lifts up his eyes, Vayar, and he saw, and he sees three men standing before him, Vayar, Vayar, Tzikosam. And he saw, and he ran to greet them in Pesach Ol, Vayishtachu Arza, and bowed down. There's so many different things that stand out here, but simply, it says that he lifted up his eyes, Vayar, and he saw. Vayar, Vayar, Tzikosam, and then he saw, and he ran to greet them. Why is it necessary for the Torah to tell me that he saw twice? You could easily say Vayisa Inov Vayar, Vayoratz Tzikosam. You don't have to tell me Vayar a second time. So they explain very beautifully that a lot of times we have good ideas. Following through with ideas is much more complicated. Avraham Avinu sees the three men. He says, I'm going to go take care of them. I've been waiting all day for this. I've been waiting for this opportunity to be able to take care of people. And then he starts to get up out of the chair. Old guy like that after bris milah. But remember, there were no mailim. Avraham Avinu had to do this himself. Avraham Avinu, this was a painful experience. 3 days after the bris milah, this Avraham Avinu was suffering. He starts to get up out of the chair and he realizes, that was a good idea, but maybe I can't do this. Look, if I sit back down in the chair and I don't go after these guys, I'm totally justified. I'm old, I'm sick. I'm in pain. It's not really smart to put myself in danger like this. You come up with a million excuses and reasons why not to do it. Vayar, he looked at it again. And he said, no, I can't hold back. I can't desist. I have to do this. Vayoratz, he didn't just get up and do it and fetch the whole time and schlep himself and say, well, I have no choice, so I have to do it. Vayoratz Tzikosam, he ran to get them. So what the Torah is telling me is that it's not only important to have good ideas, but you have to be able to follow through with those ideas. But how do you follow through? Great thing to teach me that Vayar. And he saw he had a good idea, Vayar, and he looked at it again and he said, no, I have to do it. But what motivated him, what got him over that hump that he said, no, I have to do it, Vayoratz Tzikosam. And he ran to greet them. So if you look at the end of the Parsha by the Akedah, there's a famous medrash that says that an old man appeared to Avram, the Satan appeared in the guise of an old man, told Avraham Avinu, where are you going? And he said to him, I'm going to pray. He says, you're not going to pray. You're going to make a sacrifice. We all know what you're going to do. Look at the stuff you have with you. Oh, you can't pull this over my eyes. And Avraham Avinu said to him to be quiet, and he pushed forward. Yitzchak. The Satan comes to Yitzchak dressed as a young person and tries to give him all kinds of reasons and rationales of explain to him what was going to happen and tell him he shouldn't do this. And Avraham Avinu says, you got to push forward. Just ignore that and keep going. Then the Medrash says that the Satan dressed himself up appeared like a river, like a raging river, to stand in their way and to make it impossible to cross. And Avraham Avinu crossed through. Wouldn't stop. What's the message of the Medrash? You know, when you have a good idea to do something, there are three things that plague you. The first thing is your own pragmatism. Like an old man. You look at it and you say, that was a good idea, but... And there are all kinds of things that you can totally justify not following through with what you do. The second is the youth, your friends, the people around you. This is going to make you weird. This is going to separate you from the world. You don't really want to do this. And the third thing that stops you is natural things that get in your way. Flat tire, car breaks down. Something distracts you. There's a lion in the road. But even so, you have to push forward. And what the Medrash is telling me is that no matter what it is that plagues a person, no matter what it is that stands in a person's way, a person has to push forward. And what's the way to push forward? They saw that place from afar. Avraham Avinu realized what his goal was, and he understood the value of his goal. See, the reason why people can dissuade you, why people can knock you off, is because you don't fully understand how valuable and important it is, the thing that you're meant to do. There's Ari Baderech, there's a lion in the road. A lion in the road is a very valid excuse not to do something. It would seem, because you see, if there's a lion in the road, so then stay inside. And if there is no lion in the road, and you claim that there's a lion in the road, then you're delusional. But the truth is, for a person that understands what his goal is, understands what he needs to accomplish, how valuable and important it is, that which he has his eyes set on, yes, there might be a lion in the road, but that's not going to stop me. I'm going to take a different road. I'll find a way to get around the lion. I'll put on armor. I'll take a helicopter, whatever it needs. But that's not going to stop me, because my goal is critical to me. You see, we make goals and we have dreams, but they're just dreams and goals. We have to look at those goals as being the whole reason why we're here. That this is Ki'em Chayenu V'Yorech Yameinu. This is the definition of who we are. This is critical to our lives. And when things are critical, there's nothing that can stand in our way. Not a raging river, not all the arguments from people, not all of the internal arguments that we have, and the internal things that are trying to pull us away from that which we're meant to do. And that's what Torah is teaching me. Vayisainov, he lifted up his eyes, Vayar, and he saw. And he had a good idea. But then he looked at it again and he realized, this is not a good idea. This is my life. This is what I'm here for. This is the definition of me. Nothing can stand in my way. You want to accomplish the world? You want to accomplish dreams, hopes, aspirations? You have to set them in your life as being critical. Because when they're critical, they're not just good ideas. They're not just nice things to do. They're not just good side things to fill in my life and to fill in my day. But that this moment that I spend with you is critical. This event that I'm going to do, this thing that I'm going to accomplish is critical for my very existence. That's when I have the energy, Vayoratz Likrosam. I can run after things. I'm not sluggish. I'm not tired. I'm not missing energy, because I understand the critical value and nature of that which I'm doing. When we daven to Hashem, we don't daven for good ideas. Don't daven just for strength to be able to carry through. What is that strength? What gives us that strength? That open up our eyes to realize that this is our existence. And when we recognize it's our existence, Vayar will be able to see it clearly. Vayar the Krasam, and we will run to accomplish the things that we dream about. And all of our dreams become realities. We have a beautiful, amazing, awesome Shabbos.